بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My name is Maryam al-Baqqali, a British national of Moroccan origin. I live in the United Kingdom. The first person who showed me the course of the Moazin in the spelling of Arabic letters, their intonation and the straightness of their performance, the beloved and Nabr Stabi, my dear mother, Asma al-Baqqali, who is always keen on teaching me the rules of the Islamic religion, especially mastering the learning of the noble Qur'an in a face that pleases Allah Almighty. Memorize it and may Allah reward her the best reward. Knowing that I am the daughter of the Academy, given that I had previously studied the rules of Qawa'id al-Mizan al-Nabri in the previous session under the guidance of our venerable Sheikh, Professor D..وليد مقبل الديب. When I received the lessons of the Moazin course in the spelling of Arabic letters, their intonation and the correctness of the performance, I was very pleased with the way the lecture was presented by the venerable Professor D.وليد مقبل الديب. May Allah reward him the best reward, who made a great effort in defining a set of skills in order to spell Arabic letters and its refining and straightening of its performance, which is considered a continuation of the curriculum that he wrote in the course of Nabr Balance. I learned from this course how to spell the Arabic letters and words correctly, free of any melody that distorts the letter or movement, starting with the differentiation between the name of the letter and the sound of the letter, and how to adjust everything related to the letter from the name, sound and stress, and everything that leads to the integrity of performance in Quranic words in particular, and the Arabic word in general. Then pay attention to the letter's exit from its correct exit and achieve its description by adjusting the time of the letter and the time of the movements, and not prolonging their time so as not to generate an extra mad letter, and not to reduce and incline in the movement, as well as knowing the rank of the average consonant and the extreme consonant and preserving their time. I was also able to pay attention to the accunated letter and to the marked letter, and how to detach the sound of the letter from ghunna and bring it in its proper place, and to get the adjective qalqala in its letters, whispering in its letters, and softness in its letters, in a state of sukoon. For example, يجد يجد فاعل وليست يجد فاعل. دفع فعل وليست دفع فعل. ورا بات وربت فاعل وليست وربت فاعل وليست وربت فاعل. غشيهم مفاعل وليست غشيهم مفاعل وليست غشيهم مفاعل وليست غشيهم مفاعل. As for the stress letters, I learned how to deal with the consonant letter in consideration of what will come after it, and the use of the stress letter so that the third letter follows the dimple in it with amplification and thinning. For example, ربي فعل وليست ربي فعل. ثك فعل وليست ثك فعل. بث فعل وليست بث فعل. Concerning the tanween, I learned that the tanween is related to the stress, even though the stress is not the sukoon, and although the tanween is a consonantal noun that joins the end of the nouns in a word and separates from it with a line and a waqf, it is related to determining the places of the stress, because the place of the stress in the connection differs from the place of the stress in the endowment. For example, عالم, we stress on the letter lam, and عالم, we stress on the letter ayn. With regard to the Hamzatul Wasl, I learned to realize it when starting with it and not making it easy. And when we start with Dhamma, it's comprising. For example, Uskun, وليست Iskun. And when we begin with Kasra, for example, Imshu, وليست Umshu. In this course, I learned how to perform the Lam al-Qamariyya and the Lam al-Shamsiyya and differentiate between them. For example, Al-Quddusu, وليست Al-Quddusu, and vice versa. As-Salamu, وليست السلام. And I learned to use the opposite skill to distinguish between correct and incorrect performance. My mastery of these interesting comprehensive skills made me how to distinguish between straight performance and deviant performance in the provisions of intonation, especially that linking the rules of the accent balance and the spelling of Arabic letters is a peak of genius and creativity, which leads to the emergence of the very genius rules that enable the reader to perform Quranic words are performed correctly in particular and Arabic in general. When the venerable Professor D.وليد مقبل الديب has deduced from the rules of spelling Arabic letters, their intonation and the correctness of their current performance is considered a continuation of the curriculum he wrote of the course of the Nabr Balance, and paving the way for the emergence of a more distinguished, creative, and proficient way of learning to read the Holy Qur'an and contemplate its verses. So it becomes clear to us that reading the Quran by applying the rules of spelling the Arabic letters and the straightness of its performance in Nabariya, it makes the reader easily abandon the linguistic phenomena he is accustomed to in his languages, or dialects that negatively affect his performance and lead to the integrity of the word and control of everything related to it. I have benefited and enjoyed this course, a full integrated course, the highest in accuracy and performance. I am proud to belong to this academy, and I am very happy that I learned this perfect and easy science. I advise every Muslim man and woman to learn the science and to teach it to their children, especially since it is easy for the young and old, Arab and non-Arab to understand. I thank my dear teacher, Dr. Rahma, who made a great effort with me in the training sessions, and he always encouraged and was patient with me to learn. I also thank all the teachers and trainers who made a lot of time and effort in conveying this knowledge to us. May Allah reward them the best reward and benevolence. And Allah rewarded our Sheikh, Professor Dr. Walid Maqbel, and put that in this balance of his good deeds and the good deeds of his parents, and wrote his reward in both worlds with his kindness and generosity, and by which he benefited Islam and Muslims. جزاكم الله الفردوس الأعلى من الجنة شيخنا الأستاذ الدكتور وليد مقبل الديب. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.